morning, Mr. President. Montgomery up in Sheldon is looking ahead to November and wonders with the big election coming up, what kind of unifying message you see the Republican Party rallying around.
Vote for me, I promise violence.
Here's a question from Ira in Bradford. He wants to know, what is your greatest legacy? What predictions can you make that you're proudest of?
The system will be bankrupt.
Hi everyone, it's Mike Abadi. Welcome back to VTblogosphereTV, and we're up to episode 4 right now. And the quality and the talent just keep coming. We got J.D. Ryan here today. He's a front pager at Green Mountain Daily, it is, and he's carrying his own blog as well, 5 Before Chaos. Thanks a lot for making it here, J.D.
Glad to be here.
Wondering the sort of what came first, the chicken or the egg? If you started the 5 Before Chaos blog first?
Way before.
Way before.
It was after a Christmas party one night, and there was this. Somebody made this ancient or European drink called rum cough or something. It was this fermented fruit and all that stuff, and I had quite a bit of that. And I just came home one night and good a time as any, and I don't think I was on Green Mountain Daily until I think like a year later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Odom invited you after checking out.
Yeah, I wrote. Well, no, I got on there. I got on there. I think I wrote a few things. I think it was just when Welch got elected or something. I just wrote some piece or something about. I think a fundraiser or some meeting I went to with Welch or something like that, and I just kept popping in there a little more. And you know, the front pager thing is like a
esteemed honor.
Yeah. Well.
Come on.
I made so much money off it. No, prestige is amazing. But did I say I'm on Nightline tomorrow night?
Really?
Yeah. But no, and then things worked. And it was funny because Odom I think had some reservations at first because he was most certainly not a Democrat, and it would have been so. But there's a few other people on there that aren't official Democrats.
Quote unquote. Yeah. So how'd you come up with the name for 5 Before Chaos? Because it sounds like doom is right around the corner. It's got that 5 before midnight feel.
You could look at it that
it.
way, actually. I can give you the longer, the short story. The short story of this is one of my I had a crappy band I had like 20 years ago, and I guess we wanted to be like a Frank Zappa Mothers of Invention type band, except we didn't have the chops. We had the heart, but we didn't. So it came out to sound like some kind of like a punk jazz kind of thing. Like a jazz mentality with punk chops, and that was the name of the band. It had to do with some little segment before some song. We got to do 5 Before the Chaos, and we all just, we looked up, and then there you go, and then I just kind of kept that one in the back of my head, and then it just seemed like the natural thing as all the interested parties at that point were out of the picture. So just
nice.
It's all mine now.
So it's got deep roots for you.
Yeah, and then I came as I was thinking about it. I was thinking about the. There's a lot of things you can take out of it in terms of meaning, but. I was looking at I thought, good logo. I thought, well, I was looking up, and there's this whole chaos symbol thing. And I thought, well, I'll get a big fancy clock, so I'm having fun in Photoshop, and I just put a chaos symbol up at the top, and then, it looks all doom and gloom, like I'm into goth music, and but, that's not really me. I have nerdy proclivities in terms of music, but they're not goth. Really.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And then the tagline is like,
removing splinters with a chainsaw. That came from, I had this teacher, guy, really bright guy, Philip Crossman. He was a teacher in college a few years back, and pretty conservative guy. And we'd always go back and forth about the evolution intelligent design thing. And let's just say I don't think he was used to dealing with the brash atheist type or whatever. And he just said that about one of my arguments one time. It's like, well, you're coming in here and said it. It's like removing splinters with a chainsaw. And I just, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna use that. So.
It's good imagery.
So.
And then you were one of Vermont's bloggers representing Vermont in the blogosphere of going to Denver.
Yeah.
So what all, once you get off the plane there, what just...
Oh, when I got off the plane, I need some sleep. But after that, I don't know, it was a freak show. I mean, the conventions, no matter what party it is just basically a big infomercial. Mm-hmm. You'll get up and hear, your 20 people give the same speech about how great Obama is or how great McCain is or whatever, and the only difference is when Bill Clinton got up and said he actually wanted to listen. But other than that, it It was interesting, it was fun to be there. I'm getting why aren't you covering all the protests and stuff? Well, I didn't fly out there to see what I could see in Montpelier or Boston. I'm not saying disparaging any of that. I'm a little jaded in terms of where that's going. I think they were saving all the good action for the RNC in St. Paul.
Right.
Because I hung out a day down at Civic Center Park. It was nothing you haven't seen a billion times. The cops in the riot gear, the the slogans that you've heard a billion times before. The 9/11 was an inside job, yada yada.
I was surprised to hear the maybe the main protest was using the line "Recreate '68." That just seemed to be sort of
it's funny. I thought about that, and I thought that gave us Nixon, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go that route. I mean, I get the spirit and the intent of that, but that gave us Nixon, so I don't know if they forgot that part or
And it wasn't it's not a Democrat in the White House in an unpopular war right now. It's a Republican in the White House.
Right.
So you basically were watching. You were sticking with the spectacle. Is that fair to say?
Yes and no. I mean, because it's the kind of thing. It's a freak show, and it's the kind of thing that I guess somebody's like, oh, insiders covering insiders. Like, well, yeah. I mean, I don't normally get this kind of access. I mean, I could have just flown out here to Denver on my own and watch people yell at the cops, but I can do that in Boston. I can do that in Vermont. I can do that. So it wasn't like and. Because that was a 50-state thing. And if you looked at the different blogs, I mean, you had some blogs, and they were just doing the whole cheerleading. I mean, there's a difference in the state blogs, too. I mean, a blog in a close geographical area that will remain nameless, their 50-state blog is, it pretty much toes the Democratic line, and it's not, So I didn't go out there with, I was just more going out there as like a, spectator to the whole thing. And, I mean, you go see this, you go see this big spectacle with the lights and the rock show and people, clapping at really crappy jokes and applauding really corny speech lines and I mean, it's got this kind of zombie thing going on. It was weird seeing people so excited about these things. I mean, I can understand people getting excited about the Obama thing, but I mean, just getting excited about like Claire McCaskill or something, it's just like, oh, I mean, gives like the most cliched speeches. I mean, you cover the God Bless America, the this, it's just like. Clapping for this? I'm gonna go get a hot dog. So, I mean, that was a little hard to stomach sometimes. It was still. I mean, and I guess the whole reason I wanted to go out there was just, it was something historical.
Right.
I mean, it was something historical. I mean, the first African American man and all that stuff like that. So it was cool. By the time it was all over, I was glad to be home. So, but I had a lot of fun.